If you are someone who has ambitions, definitely you will look up to someone else before, and then you've probably asked yourself, why can't I have all the things that they have in their life? Well, to answer that question, we have different type of hypotheses. We might answer this question first by saying, probably because you're not doing what they're doing. But the most obvious is that because you are not them. You are not them, that is why you don't have what they have. Well, then you might ask yourself, what make them them? I mean, what make them who they are? To answer that question, we definitely have different type of hypotheses for that as well, which is what they do is what make them them. Well, what they do is what make them who they are, which means, which also assume if you do what they do, then you can have what they have. And we already know that it's been said thousands of times. So in this video, we want to explore something that is really controversial in our life, and also which arise a lot of question in people's mind in daily to life. I mean, people want to know whatever they do, if that will lead them to success, or whatever they do, if that will lead them to having what they want. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Kobe, and in this video, as I said, we will explore a very basic concepts around success, and then let's first start by understanding what is success. Well, no matter what my definition of success might be, it will not definitely be the definition of what you have of success. First, let's explore what you might mean by success. Now, success, all right? It is one as oh no, I mean it's all right. So here we have success, and then you want something. Let's assume you want something. You want this thing, and you are here wanting that thing. And one of the way that we want something first in this our society is by seeing someone else have it. By seeing someone have something, we also desire having that thing. That means we envy something that someone else have, which can also makes us feel really resentful towards other having things that we don't have, and that can make us jealous. That can also make us really ambitious to want to have and compete with the people that already have the thing that we desire to have. Right. So in this process of having this thing, you are here, and this is where you want to go, because whatever you are projecting to have as to mean your success is far from you. It is not where you are. Of course, if you already have what you want, then you don't have any desire of achieving any sort of success in your life. Probably if you are satisfied with everything you have already, then you don't have any incentive of wanting something new. Therefore, each time in our life, we are already seeking something new. Something new. It might be not money. It might be just a physical pressure. It might be a spiritual pressure. But it's always something that we are always seeking into achieving or getting. That is why success is just always far from you. And here is the one of the most important thing that you must understand in achieving success. You see, the thing that you desire, which is already attained by someone else, or it might be something that you just projecting in your mind, which might be something that is deeper in your soul, is, as I said, far from you. And then the question is, how do you make sure that whatever you are going through, you are getting here? And here is the most trickiest part. You see, this is a really straight line into this point, but the road is not as always as straight as this. It's really straight on the board, but in real life the road is never this straight. So what's happening is, Whatever you desire here to have, it is a representation of your inner wants or your inner desire. I mean, if you want something that is already out there in the world, it is something that is kind of a physical representation of something that you already desire in you. That is something that you desire in yourself that you don't know how to express yet, but you see something alike in the world, and then you feel, this look like something I really desire. Because how do you know that you deserve something? It is because that must first exist in you to recognize it in the world, to desire it. So when you see something in the physical world that you desire, it's a kind of expression of the inner desire that you already have. Don't get me wrong, there are thousands of things that are not truly related to our inner desire as well. So we get into that in a very different video. But the point here is first to concentrate on something that we call the inner desire, your authentic self. I've seen that many times in tons of books, and I will make a reference on that. But here we just focus on this. The inner desire is just the pure desire that you have to just be the person that you are to become, the person that you are here to be and to become, and explore your whole in its fullness. That is some way represented by a physical appearance in this world, perhaps attained by somebody else. And then when you get onto that journey, do you know why it gets straight? It doesn't get straight line up, because as you get here, you will realize it's not really what you want, and then from here you will see another person having something else, and then we will move toward here, and then you get it and you say, it doesn't feel like what I want, and then again you see someone else getting something, and then until you get back to yourself, you get back to this point. And here is the point where you want to be, the point where you truly feel yourself, the point where you desire what you have. And that is really success. It is when you start desiring what you have. And before you desire what you have to desire what others people have, and knowing those are not truly what you want until you start desiring what you have. You make all this journey to come back to yourself, to come back to the inner desire that you have, because the inner desire that is here, it is put out there by the creator. I don't know who you choose to call it. You might call it God, you might call it Allah, I don't know. But here it is where something is placed. It is the starting point, and that starting point, there is something there that you have to explore, and that is why you have to go through all this journey just to come back here. And once you come back here, you might see how things change, and this make a very significant change here. And at this point, you have the pure inner desire, you have the pure inner want, and you might not notice it, but people will start desiring you, people will start looking at you, people will start looking at you as well. People will start looking at you because now you have it. Now you have something that is there to be desired by others as well. Because by the time you've made all this store and come to yourself, you start being yourself. You start being true to who you are, and you start being authentic to yourself. And in that moment, you see everybody start looking at you. They want to be you. They want you. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go far in this video. There are tons of concepts that we will explore as the inner wheel and the outer wheel, and how making this journey leads to the inner wheel. And of course, some people do get lost in the track without ever getting back to themselves, and we will explore that as well. But here is just the journey back to yourself, and the journey back to yourself is the real success. And there are people that have made the journey earlier, that's gotten back really to themselves at the early stage of life, and there are people that get back to themselves at an advanced stage of their life. But no matter what it will be, it's always fine to get back to yourself, and that's where the real success is, and that's where the real resource to be exploited is. And ladies and gentlemen, this video is not going to be long, and I hope you learned something from this. And if you do, click on the like button and comment what you learned from this video. Peace out.